I like to talk to you about the mind. I'm surprised that actually nobody knows something about the mind. They all blame the mind of the things that happen in your life. They all blame the mind of the uncontrolled thoughts and reactions. But the mind is only the messenger. When I think when your brain is um, empty, the mind is not working because the mind actually is the messenger, a messenger of sensory information, because everything we experience in our daily lives is through our senses, and that information goes to the brain, to the subconscious memory, and there it will be memorized and it will be categorized, or how do you want to call it. There are different functions in that part of the brain that store your memory and that will create a reaction or a thought when similar things happen in your life. But the mind only is the messenger, and the mind is attached to the one that has the most to tell. Let me put it that way. And in our current lives, that is our subconscious memory, filled with your life. And the biggest part is unconscious memory, unconscious experiences you don't even realize they are in there. And then you have a part that is conscious. Most of the time, that are the emotional experiences with impact, the bad things that happen in life, things like that. And when they are not processed, they are still there in your subconscious memory. And when there is a similar situation, a thought or a reaction comes up automatically. But the mind is only the messenger. And how did I find that out? How did I came to that information? That's because I processed my subconscious memory. There is a way to process your subconscious memory. So there are no uncontrolled reactions, no uncontrolled thoughts, nothing. And in that situation, that was a period of a couple of weeks, uh, and I just observed in those weeks. I only observed. I didn't name anything. I didn't even think about what I saw or what I experienced in any way. And the subconscious memory became deactivated. And what happened then was that my clear sensory intuition got activated. And now my mind is connected, and I think it's an original connection from the past. Our ancient, our distant ancestors lived through instinct and intuition because there was not that many knowledge like we have right now. And now we rely on the knowledge in our subconscious memory. So that is why, and the intuition got weakened, and that is why the mind right now is attached to our subconscious memory. And that is the problem. The only problem. Because when you can deactivate the subconscious memory by, like I did, observing, and the intuition comes up again, because the best, you can't have a better guide than your intuition. And not the intuition we know it, because when Jung talks about intuition, he talks about the five senses, but there are six, and some people think there are more. But the most important one is when they are all clear, you can experience everything very conscious, and including the sixth, that is your inner knowing. You can experience truth in the moment. And the mind originally is connected to this form of intuition. And with the subconscious processed, and it stays processed because when there's only truth coming in and only personal experiences, they are all processed before they go into the memory, the subconscious memory or the conscious memory, because most of the things that are in your memory, in my memory right now, are conscious. That's conscious memory. And that is actually what I want to share, because when people realize what that the mind actually, I call it an energetic portal, because there's only energy going through in and out, and the mind, because it's an energetic portal, it can detect the energy around you, and the more you are out of your subconscious memory, so there's no interference anymore, the more clear you can receive energy and you can transmit energy. Beautiful. That's the way we have to live. That is the conscious way to live. So when you want to know more, let me know. I will make another video how to regain your natural original consciousness, including your clear sensory intuition, including the sixth. And then you will live in truth, like we live in reality. The reality is can stay this way, but you can see the truth inside the reality you live in right now. Okay, see you next time.